You know, for a little bit I believed my house was haunted. Doors would frequently open and close of their own accord, and one time my TV turned itself on and turned on the Billy Bob Thornton movie Bad News Bears by itself, and on multiple occasions I would wake up in my bed at night with an intense sense of fear, as if something was in the room with me. And then after 6 months that all stopped, and now it's been 5 years and the ghost stuff has never reoccurred. Weird, huh? Hi, I'm Cantor, and today I am here to talk about the movie The Sixth Sense and what it has to say about pain, fear, and compassion. This video will contain spoilers. Also, starting with this video, I have a new microphone. Hopefully I sound a good deal better now than in my previous videos. Let's cut to the chase. If you've watched this far, I am assuming you are okay with me talking up front about the two big surprises of this movie. The first and more minor surprise is that Haley Joel Osment's character Cole isn't mentally ill, he just sees ghosts and that causes him a lot of stress and fear.
I see dead people.
The second and much bigger surprise is that Bruce Willis's character Malcolm is only alive in the first scene of the movie.
Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense. I jizzed in my path.
After that, he is a ghost but doesn't know it. This is revealed at the very end of the movie. It shocked most everyone in 1999 and is generally remembered as one of the best twist endings in movie history. The Sixth Sense was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. I have complicated feelings about Shyamalan. I truly believe The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and Signs are great movies, that The Village is half great, and that everything he's made since then is nonsensical and bad. Though to be fair, I haven't actually watched all of those movies. I gave up on new Shyamalan films because I got burned so bad by The Happening, a movie I strongly dislike because it's just such a weak offering from a director whose earlier work I really and truly believe is artful and beautiful. I've revisited his earlier films recently, though, and have rediscovered why I think he's a great director, even though his later career doesn't impress me. As a side note, though, I have heard good things about his Apple TV series Servant. I do want to watch that eventually. But anyway, back to The Sixth Sense, which opens with Malcolm, who is a child psychologist, and his wife Anna, played by Olivia Williams, celebrating at home an award given to him by the city of Philadelphia for Malcolm's career achievements. But a former patient of Malcolm's, a man named Vincent, played by Donnie Wahlberg, has snuck into the house. He's mostly naked and very agitated and upset. He claims Malcolm failed him and eventually shoots Malcolm in the gut and then shoots himself. This is where the twistiness of the movie begins, because we then cut to Malcolm approaching Cole as if he is Cole's psychologist, and so we are led to assume that Malcolm survived the shooting and we are now at some future part of his life. I'm not going to analyze much of the big plot twist of The Sixth Sense and how Shyamalan so skillfully duped us all, because in some ways I believe that this movie's reputation as a big twister overshadows the fact that it's truly a great movie. I would rather talk about the themes and characters and touch upon the plot twist aspect only as it relates to the film's other strengths. The Sixth Sense as a good movie rather than a surprising movie is a film about pain. The fear of pain, how ignored pain gets passed along to other people in harmful ways, and how compassion can be an antidote for pain. Also, Haley Joel Osment's acting is phenomenal. I haven't seen much of his work as an adult besides his brief role in The Boys, but at least as a kid, this guy could really act. He really carries the movie with his ability to look sad and scared in a believable and evocative way. Cole is a child who is, to put it frankly, scared shitless. He has a streak of white hair on the back of his head, a common movie signal of this person has experienced a tremendous amount of fear, a la Nancy in A Nightmare on Elm Street. In an early scene, before we learn that Cole sees ghosts, we see him at home with his mother during breakfast. His mother, played by Toni Collette, leaves the room for just a moment to get Cole a new tie because the one he had on has a stain, and when she comes back, the cabinets and drawers of the kitchen are all open. She wasn't gone long enough for a child of Cole's size to have opened everything that quickly and without making a noise. She assumes Cole did it anyway, and we can see Cole has his hands flat and tense against the kitchen table. When he gets up to go to school, he leaves behind handprints due to how intensely he was pressing them against the table and how much his hands were sweating. We see Cole steal a statue from a church early in the movie, and we later see that he has a sizable collection of religious statues inside of a tent he made from sheets in his bedroom. The implication is that he hopes the statues might protect him. This is one terrified kid. Malcolm, again, unaware that he's a ghost, keeps appearing to Cole. Cole never tells Malcolm that he knows Malcolm is a ghost, but in retrospect, given how nervous Cole is around Malcolm at first, and how accustomed to seeing ghosts Cole is, we can assume that Cole knows Malcolm is dead. Cole tells Malcolm that ghosts only see what they want to see, which explains how Malcolm doesn't know he is dead and why he continues on thinking that he is Cole's psychologist. Why does Ghost Malcolm attach to Cole in this way, though? Why become a ghost and then convince yourself in your ghost state that you've been hired to help this specific boy? The film reveals over time that Vincent, the patient who shot Malcolm at the beginning of the movie, has the same ghost sensing powers as Cole. He too is scared shitless and expresses such to Malcolm.
I was afraid. You told me I was having trouble coping with my parents' divorce.
Right before Vincent kills Malcolm, he tells Malcolm that Malcolm failed him. But Malcolm takes his work as a child psychologist very seriously. He wants to help kids, and is saddened by the knowledge that he didn't truly help Vincent. Even as he is bleeding out from being shot, he says, "Did Vincent?" but gets cut off by Anna, who is trying desperately to help her husband. I interpret those two words to mean that he is attempting to ask if Vincent is okay, or if he really did shoot himself. Even in immense danger and physical pain, Malcolm is concerned about Vincent. Malcolm even says at one point in the film that he's upset that he wasn't able to help Vincent, after Cole asks him why he is so sad. We learn as the film goes on that ghosts are drawn to Cole. Without consciously realizing it, they seem to know he can see and talk to them, and so will cross distances to appear to him. Malcolm is no different. In his ghost state, he is drawn to Cole and is convinced that Cole is his patient. He wants to help Cole. Once Cole tells Malcolm that he can see ghosts, eventually Malcolm encourages Cole to listen to the ghosts instead of cowering from them in fear. This leads to an important scene in the movie where Cole is told by the ghost of a girl who appears in his home to get a videotape from her bedroom and give it to her father. The videotape shows the girl's mother poisoning her. The girl had been sick for 2 years and then died due to her mother keeping her sick by putting, I guess, some kind of wood treatment solution in her soup. Cole also brings one of the girl's dolls to the girl's sister because the girl ghost told him which doll her sister liked. This is a big shift for Cole. Now he is listening to the ghosts and hearing their pain and helping them. We also see him chatting in a calm, happy way with the ghost before he goes on stage for a play at his school. He's making friends with them. He's healing from his fear. And this is where we get to the core thesis of this film. Throughout the movie, we see examples of how ignored and rejected pain continues on and gets passed to others. For one thing, ghosts and pain hurt Cole. He has wounds on his body from their attacks. Vincent did too. The ghosts at their core are leftover pain lingering in the world, and they are drawn to Cole because they know he can hear their cries. Seems like a huge burden on Cole, though. Why should one young boy have to bear the burden of all the pain of the ghosts of Philadelphia? Well, I would argue, he does it and keeps doing it because he knows that helping them also helps him. By hearing their pain with compassion, his own fear of them lessens and he can live a happier life than when he feared the ghosts. And why is listening the key to Cole living without fear? Well, because pain wants to be heard and listened to. It's why people talk to their friends and family, or a therapist, or other trusted person about what is hurting them. And what the Sixth Sense is getting at is that unheard pain festers. It continues on and hurts the person in pain and the people around them, sometimes in ways that may not be very obvious at first. It spreads, and the cycle of unheard pain continues on, and Cole too is somewhat in pain. He has not only intense fear of the ghosts he sees, but his father abandoned him and his mother, and we get glimpses of his sadness around that in some scenes. But Cole too also has people to hear his pain. First there's Malcolm, the ghost who appears to Cole because of his lingering sadness over not being able to truly help Vincent. Malcolm is the first person Cole ever tells his secret to, his secret that he can communicate with the dead. Just as Cole eventually starts listening to the ghosts, Malcolm learns to listen to Cole. At first he dismisses Cole's visions of ghosts as an indication of schizophrenia, but when he revisits his session tapes from when Vincent was his patient as a boy, Malcolm turns the volume up on the tapes to maximum and can hear a faint, mysterious voice pleading not to die in Spanish. Now, why the ghost voice can appear on audio tape is never explained. I guess it's just a necessary plot device. Sometimes movies happen like that. But after hearing the voice on the tape, Malcolm becomes convinced that both Cole and Vincent can and could hear the dead. Once Malcolm takes Cole seriously, he encourages Cole to listen to the ghosts, and then Cole, through compassionate listening, is finally able to escape his fear, not through religious protection or running away, but by diving in headfirst, being with the ghosts, talking to them, hearing their pain, just as Malcolm did for him. And then, at the end of the movie, Cole tells his mom also that he can talk to ghosts, and proves it to her by telling her things the ghost of his grandmother has said to him that Cole himself had no way of knowing about. The last scene we have of Cole is of him and his mother crying and hugging each other. Their love for each other is real and compassionate, as shown not just in this scene but throughout the movie.
Hi, this is Lindsay, Cole's mom. I'd like to talk to you about your boy and his friends keeping their goddamn hands off my son.
Then we cut to the big reveal scene when Malcolm sees that his sleeping wife is holding his wedding band in her hand, and then he realizes he has a big splotch of blood on his back, carefully hidden from us for the duration of the movie due to Malcolm's coat and camera positioning, and he finally understands the truth that Vincent killed him. Earlier in the movie, when he parts ways with Cole after seeing that Cole is living happier and with a lot less fear, Cole says to Malcolm,
"Maybe we can pretend like we're gonna see each other tomorrow."
even though they both know their time together has come to an end. Malcolm agrees to this and says, "I'll see you tomorrow, Cole," when they part. Later, when Malcolm realizes he is dead and is saying his final goodbyes to his wife, Anna says, "Good night, Malcolm," in her sleep. And he says, "Good night, sweetheart," back. Just as he did with Cole, he is saying final goodbyes in the guise of a temporary goodbye. It's a beautiful scene. And now Malcolm can be at rest because he was able to help Cole in a way that he failed to help Vincent. Cole and Malcolm helped each other with compassion and kindness. It's the true antidote to pain and fear, to know you are heard and to hear others in return.